Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the OSBA Game of the Week doubleheader, starting you out with some women's action here, alongside my partner Steve Martin, Anthony Guy on hand. And Steve, just looking at the warm-ups here, the immediate difference is the number of players on each team.
Bench definitely jumps out to you here. We've got 8 ladies dressed for TRC Academy tonight, so we'll see how that affects this down the stretch.
Lincoln with the opening tip-off here. Lincoln in their gray uniform sign, TRC rocking the black tonight. Lincoln Prep immediately getting into their half-court set here. A lot of off-ball screens coming here, and a nice look that time. No problem. Opening three-point shot that time for Jaden Welts. Jaden Welts on the year through 5 games, 11.5 points per game. Poon Tip couldn't respond that time. Offensive rebound, no good. And back comes the Huskies. Welts going to take it up for Lincoln Prep. Foreman now, guarded by Tesson. Welts going baseline, nice pass inside, just beats the buzzer that time.
A great move there from Welts too. We saw her hit the 3 on the last possession, but here she's that range to kind of throw off the defender, and then a nice drive to find the open passer.
It was Adina who finished it off last time. Tesson looking for the open man on the outside that time.
TRC just moving a little bit fast here early on. We've seen a couple of errant passes.
I'm going to see an early timeout here already called by Jeremy Kaye.
Wants to shut things down, like we said there. Kind of unforced mistakes early on for TRC. So try and let them get back in their flow here with only over a minute in.
Definitely a Greg Popovich move, to say the least. See him calling a lot of early timeouts when he doesn't like what he sees.
And by setting the tone early, too, you don't things kind of get out of hand. So you let it ride for a couple more possessions here, and then next thing you know, Lincoln Prep's up. Could be double digits or something like that. So good to see the timeout here and try and get things settled, as you're going to be on the defensive half of the court here too.
And just so everyone knows, we are in Hamilton. We're home to Lincoln Prep at Hillfield School, just up the mountain here. Yeah. Steve, you're very familiar with Hamilton?
Yeah, we're just down the road from Mohawk College. You've seen some of the developments with their athletic facilities here. A beautiful gym here at Hillfield, and what hopes to be some great basketball tonight.
Both these teams coming in 2-3. Both teams very inconsistent so far through the year. It is early. We haven't reached the Christmas break yet, but
this is the long stretch.
It's one of those games where you really test who you are, I guess you could say.
Well, and I think we were saying already about setting the tone early on, calling a timeout. You want to set the tone early on in your season. You don't want to be playing catch-up after the Christmas break.
Nice shot by Welts again. 2 for 2 from three-point land already.
Doesn't need much room to go up on that one. We've seen her use that space to her advantage, too, and drive the lane.
Tesson with a nice look that time. Can't get it to go, and back comes Lincoln Prep with an 8-0 lead here, not even 2 minutes into the first quarter. Of course, veteran coach Richard Nurse, father of WNBA All-Star Kia Nurse. Turnover here. Nice move inside. She gets it to go despite the contact. That was Maya Era leading TRC in scoring at about 13 points per game.
And that's what TRC wants to do. Their strong defense leading to easy buckets on the other end of the floor.
Here's Foreman. Stolen! Back comes TRC. They got numbers. Euro step. Oh, a little too strong that time by Tesson.
We saw it there. As soon as they get their hands on the ball, 3 ladies pushing it up the court. They want to get out and run.
On a 3-on-1 like that, you cannot make a mistake like that. You got to just finish it off. Be smart about it. You got numbers. Pass the ball. A healthy look here, and McGrath couldn't hit. Rebound. Foreman couldn't finish off on the offensive rebound.
Need to set the tone here with a good half-court possession. Haven't seen much from the offense for TRC yet tonight.
This is Era. Era taking it in strong. She's going to draw the foul that time. Nice strong drive. Jeremy Kaye's got to be happy about that one after that rough start that we just saw.
Well, and you've seen 3 or 4 possessions here where the defense has been a little tighter, and that's created things offensively. But my biggest concern is going to be this bench. Again, as we see our first substitutions for TRC, only rotating those 3 players from the bench. See as this game slogs on how that goes. Is good on the first there.
Yeah, Lisa Tesson coming out of the game early here. Leading assists, leads the team in assists, I should say, here, and third in the OSBA at about 3.5. Lincoln setting up their half-court offense once again. They like to run a lot of screens here. Nice find inside. Strong move. Gets it to go. Time is Lauren Audino.
That's good on Audino. Quick step there. Fake it and create some space for yourself.
Vucevic finds open, and nice shot that time by Brianna Williams. Brianna Williams coming into the game averaging just over 5.5 points per game. Foreman sees some space here, not shy about it. Can't get it to go.
Not a great look there. You're early in the clock. You want to try and get something more from your offense than a contested three-pointer.
Strong drive, even better defense. Back comes the Huskies. Welt's going to set up the offense once again. Back to Foreman. See TRC with the zone here applied. Needs an open shot. Can't get it to go, and they get the offensive rebound. Nice hustle that time by McGrath, but it's going to go back to the Wolfpack.
Welts moves so well without the ball in her hands, too, there. We saw her give it off and immediately runs for that corner, losing the defender, and had a clean look, just too much on it.
Foreman's going to come out of the game here. Looks like Nicole Chateau is going to check in. 5'7" guard, class of 2020. One of the veteran players on this team. Nice strong drive, can't get it to go. Time it was Ira again, fighting for the ball. Here comes Chateau, who just checked in. Decides to slow it down a bit here, probably the smart play. Chateau now, decides not to take it. That was a really clean look. Turned over. Back comes TRC. Doma, too strong off the glass.
That's a couple of fast break opportunities TRC hasn't been able to capitalize on here.
This game could be tied right now. Welts over to Chateau. There's another healthy look. And Chateau decides to pull this time, and no luck. Here comes Jada Poontip. Second leading scorer on TRC at 12 points per game. Finds Maya Ira. Ira picked up her dribble. Back to Poontip, looking to go to work here in the high post. Passes it off. Nice look that time. Couldn't get it to go. That was Willow Thomas. It's going to go back to the Huskies here. Over halfway through this first quarter, 10-6. Lincoln Prep leads TRC.
And it's been their ability to create space offensively. We've already seen in the paint and then the three-point shot as well. Lincoln Prep really working on their half-court offense well.
Well, to take it out for the Wolfpack, calling out a play here. Off-ball screen coming for Chateau. I love the movement here by Lincoln Prep early on. Shows what kind of team they are. Nice find to Chateau. Looking for the post up down low. Granum. Looks like they're going to call a foul on TRC as the double team came.
But I like that. You immediately, when you're going to get the ball down in the post, you want to send extra bodies and try and cause a little tougher time.
Well, you look on the floor right now. Jada Granum is taller than everyone on the floor, and the second tallest person is Lauren Audino. They got a height advantage right now. Lincoln Prep does, and if I'm Richard Nurse, I would throw it in the post almost every drive down, as long as TRC has a small lineup out there.
Well, and the trouble is when TRC sends those couple of bodies too, you're leaving a shooter open. We've already seen Lincoln Prep connect on those beyond the arc shots, so we'll see if they go back to that here.
Chateau knifing through the defense, and a foul. What a strong drive. Nicole Chateau, immediate impact off the bench.
Great move getting down low there, and chance for an extra point from the free throw.
And Chateau can't complete the three-point play. Oh, they're going to call a foul on TRC there. I don't know about you, Steve, but it looked like Graham was holding on to her. It looked like she was holding on to Willow Thomas that time.
It's a tough one there, and head coach not happy with that call.
And all Thomas can do right now is laugh it off. I got to agree with her on this one, but Regardless, it will stay with Lincoln Prep. Brianna Williams coming back into the game after that foul on Thomas. Gives him a little bit more height here down low on the interior. Let's find to McGrath. Kirsten McGrath kicks it out to Granum. Turned over once again. Ira going to take it herself, and she gets it to go. Nice floater that time in the lane.
Well, and a nice fake there to try and throw everything off with the look to the corner, but then just taking it up strong.
It's like Richard Nurse is about to get a big substitution here. Granum stolen. That's 2 turnovers in a row here for Lincoln Prep. TRC's got to take advantage of it. Ira, nice find inside to Williams. Just like that, it's back to a 2-point game, Steve.
And that's where the strong defense is going to set you up offensively. It's just tic-tac-toe passing play on the offensive end for an easy bucket.
This defense, Welts. Tough shot. That's 3 times in a row. Either a turnover or a block shot. Nice shot. Oh, air ball that time. Williams saves it. Ira. Back up top, shot fake. Doma passes it off. Oh, strong drive, and she draws the foul that time. That's Vukovic.
And all 5 of the ladies on the court for TRC just flying around. A couple of big turnovers leading to points, and now
at will, that's for sure.
Coming on the scene, too, first year in the OSBA. Kind of letting it fly and really finding their groove.
Misses the shot. And looks like it's going to go back to TRC, actually. They're going to regain possession here. Got a bit of a break.
Opportunity to take their first lead.
Ref talk about the scorers table here. I think it's the shot clock, maybe, perhaps. And they get it back down to 12 here. Oh, that's a tough inbound, and all Coach Jeremy Caillé can do is just throw his hands up in disbelief. That was a golden opportunity to take the lead here.
Well, first opportunity for the lead, opportunity just to inbound the ball and kind of continue this momentum here has gone on a 6-0 run.
Big switch here for Richard Nurse and the Huskies. Caitlin Nichols going to take it up now for Lincoln Prep. Started by Doma now. Oh, nice move into the lane. Oh, that was beautiful.
Great
Caitlin
job.
Nichols, class of 2022, one of the younger girls on the team.
Well, and we talked about that in the pregame a bit about how Lincoln Prep's going to roll through all their bench. All these young players going to get a chance to play, but just a great job squaring up for that mid-range.
Ira. It was a good move, but couldn't get it to go. Back comes Nichols. Open shot here for Bostic. Off the back of the iron. Nichols gets the rebound. That's a healthy look for Granum and can't hit, and it will stay with the Huskies. And you're getting back to the point of the difference in bench and the difference in team size here is, it might be a close game throughout, but I think Richard Nurse is thinking in his head, once the end of the third quarter comes, once the fourth comes, TRC is going to be a little tired with their lack of depth on their team.
You're playing the long game, and you're wanting everybody to get involved, kind of get good movement, and then whoever's got the hot hand tonight, you ride in the fourth quarter.
Granum uses the big body that time. Can't muscle in that basket. Crossover. Open shot. A 3-point shot for Vukovic, I should say. Only coming into the game averaging 2.5 points and already past their season average. Calling for a screen here. They get the switch. Granum wide open. Too strong that time. Oh, that looked pretty clear that it was off the Huskies that time.
Like it did go off Lincoln there.
Well, it looks like the ref's going to call it back to Lincoln Prep. Turned over again. They got numbers. Strong drive. They can't finish off again in the fast break. That could come back to haunt them.
It's going to be big opportunities, but Lincoln Prep just some unerrant passes here we've seen. They get in a little bit of a rough spot and just kind of throw up the ball.
Bostic, Granum inside with the spin. Misses everything that time. 14-13, coming up on a minute remaining in the first quarter. Ira just keeps it in. Ira, leading scorer on this TRC Wolfpack team. Step back, Ira! Can't make him pay, goes off the top of the rim. Off the top of the backboard, I should say.
She knew she had the mismatch there too, waving off the screen, wanting an isolation play.
Nichols, that's too open for Bostic. Sorry, that was Nicole Chateau again. Strong drive, can't get it to go off glass. Chance for 2 for 1 here. Nichols gonna slow it down, however.
Still lots of time to go for it though.
Screen, mismatch again. Bostic now up top. Bostic loses the ball, second turnover in a row. Here comes Clark, and she's gonna get the foul and head to the line. That looked like a tough fall, but she's gonna get right back up with a chance to take the lead here for the first time for TRC.
That's a hard foul to take there, especially down the stretch. If you're Lincoln Prep, you don't want to give them these easy points and easy looks from the foul line. Still a full shot clock left here with just over 24 seconds to go, so we'll see what they can do after these free throws.
Tanisha Clark hasn't been to the line much so far through 5 games, but shoots about 57% clip there as she misses the first. And she hits the second. 1 of 2 at the line. Ties the game. All nutted up here at 14. About a 1 second difference between game clock and shot clock here. Nichols just has that ball on a string, and she finishes it off glass. Wow, that was a little unconventional, but it worked.
Great control just to find a lane.
Here we go, last shot. Doma, step back, gotta let it go! Off the mark that time, and Lincoln Prep's going to head into the end of the first quarter with a 16-14 lead here. We'll be right back on the OSBA Game of the Week. Welcome back to the OSBA Game of the Week. Game 1 of our doubleheader. Just a reminder, the same teams will play next game, but it will be the men taking the court. Live here in Hamilton alongside Steve Martin. Anthony Gauss still with you here. 16-14 game, about to get the second quarter off to a start. And Lincoln Prep, I think they should feel lucky they have the lead here after all those turnovers we saw.
The start of that first quarter was definitely different than the finishes. We saw TRC kind of gain some momentum and cut down this lead to 2 points. And with possession here and a possibility to tie it up.
And they did it without Lisa Tesson, arguably their best player on their team, as Meyer Ira. I'm sure Meyer Ira would have a case to be the best player on this team, as right on cue that time. But Tesson sat most of that first quarter.
I think that's playing the long game there, too, like we were talking about with the shorter bench. You want to keep some of your legs fresh. Their Huskies are off on that one.
2 offensive rebounds, and finally they get it to go that time. Down low, that was Rafaela Toussaint. She makes some noise. 10.8 points per game, to go along with 10.2 rebounds, averaging a double-double on the air, and those rebounds at 6 in the OSBA. Nice step. Can't get it to go. Empty possession once again here for TRC. Nice shot by McGrath. Can't hit. And back comes Tessin. It's Tessin. Oh, look at the burst of speed and the foul. Oh, that was beautiful in transition.
So fast when she decides to make her move there. You saw it on that last play, just kind of advancing the ball down the court and then shifts into another gear when she sees the lane.
Tessin, about a 60% free throw shooter through 5 games so far this year. And she gives TRC the lead. 19-18, just about a minute and some change through the second quarter. Comes Jaden Welts. Back over to Nichols. I like this lineup for Lincoln Prep with Nichols and Welts on the floor together. Both great ball handlers for this Huskies team. Welts. Great defensive possession by TRC that time, forcing another turnover.
Quick on the defensive end and great communication as we saw there. A little bit of help defense to shut off the lane after Welts gets a step, which is an errant pass.
Tessin to Ira. Down low, Puntip passes it out. Oh, strong drive, nice find outside. Doesn't take the shot. Puntip, just got to let it go. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Nice find inside. Great cut that time by Willow Thomas.
And great ball movement on that possession there too, not wanting to force up a bad shot. Just continue to move the ball around and find the open player.
McGrath. Welts. Nice trap. The zone's been working for TRC. Good closeout by Puntip. Doesn't matter as Kirsten McGrath hits the three-point shot to tie the game.
And that's the trouble with this Huskies team. They've got some shooters, and that can kind of change the flow of this game quickly.
Well, I think that's also the risk of the zone. If you don't, if it doesn't work out for you, there's always going to be an open person to shoot the ball.
Quick off-ball screen there, free up a bit of space. And you're right, that zone defense has really kind of shut things down later on in that first quarter. But we'll see if the Huskies go to just more of an outside game.
Jamie Foreman back into the game. Ira going to take a long shot off the front of the iron. Strong drive. Oh, and the foul. That looked like it had no chance of going in. That time, that was Simone Winters, class of 2021.
Again, we're seeing this Lincoln Prep bench on display. Already seen almost all of their players check in for some minutes here. And it's paying dividends early on.
And Winters can't complete the three-point play. 23-21. About 7:30 to go in this first half. Nice foul. Oh, turned over. Winters going to slow things down here for the Huskies. Foreman, who is coming off a 16-point game. Nearly turned over, and they're going to call a turnover. Great ball pressure that time.
Just a smart play there.
Looked like that was
going out of bounds. Play it off the Huskies player.
That was Tanisha Clark. Lisa Tesson. Tesson. Oh, another strong drive. Too strong that time. Winters. They got numbers. Euro step blocked. Nice recovery by Jada Puntip.
It's a great way to play that fast break. Just taking the lane, knowing, give yourself enough space so you're not going to get a foul there, but good block.
Winters to inbound. Nice active hands again by Puntip. Trying to get the ball into Lauren Adino. There's a size mismatch down low again here for Lincoln. I think if you're Coach Nurse here, you want to take advantage of that. Get some easy points here and extend this lead. After a little discussion between the referee and Coach Kaye. Back to the game now. Foreman, a lot of reaching going on here. Ref's letting it go. Surprised by that. Down low to turned over. Fighting for the ball. Looks like a jump ball is going to come here. Jump ball, possession Huskies.
You talked about the mismatch down low that Lincoln Prep had there, but Jada Puntip doing a great job down low on a couple of possessions. We saw her with the big block early on, and then just bodying up there.
She's definitely holding her own. Not only a scorer, she comes in scoring at about 12 points per game, but she's shown tonight she's a pretty good defender as well.
And it's been the team defense for TRC so far in this first half that's really impressed me.
Nice catch that time by Tessin. Strong drive, no look pass in the lane, and she gets it to go and ties the game once again. That's Tanisha Clark.
Seems like every time Lincoln Prep's kind of getting some of that momentum back, TRC comes in with a big possession.
Yeah, TRC's been doing a really good job of that so far here early in this game. Still a couple more quarters to go, however. And it looks like it will stay with the Huskies.
It almost looked like Winters there just kind of gave up on that play, thinking she had contact, but strong defense by TRC to shut down.
Winters going to come out of the game now. Granum and Welts coming back in. Here we go. If I'm Lincoln, I would suspect getting the ball to Granum here. Welts. Spin. Oh, that was beautiful. A nice little pirouette in the lane.
So quick, and you've said it earlier, just great with the ball in her hands.
Ira. Oh, that's a nice open look. Can't find the hole. Welts. Granum. Nice work down low, and they're going to call the foul on Puntip that time.
Can't be taking fouls like that, and immediately we see Jeremy Kaye go to his bench to substitute in a little more size.
Yeah, Brianna Williams coming here. I think that's a smart move by Coach Kaye.
When we saw Coach Kaye take that early timeout, too, he's not going to let anything develop for this Lincoln Prep team, as long as you keep it within striking distance.
Remember, Jeremy Kaye is also the men's coach. He will be staying on this court for a couple hours tonight. Nice find inside. Can't get the baby hook to go, and it will go back to TRC. Comes Tessin. Racing up court. Tessin pulls back. Ira. Oh, that's well beyond the arc. And well beyond the net, apparently.
Clean look there, again. Created from the smart defense and then pushing the pace offensively, but just too much on that one.
Welts. Trying to get Foreman open here. Welts, nice off-ball movement leading to the open three. She said about 3 of those tonight so far.
I don't think she's missed either.
Yeah, no. Huskies have extended this lead to 5 points now. Under halfway to go in the second half. Strong drive. Nice defensive play by Granum. Back comes the Huskies. Foreman. Back out to Granum. Wide open for Welts. Misses the 3-point shot that time. Back comes TRC. Tessin. Ira. Jab step. Puntip calling for the ball. She wanted it. Leads to a very tough shot that time. Very low percentage shot. Well, it's taking her time up court. Granum. Let's find inside, and the hook goes. Rafaela Toussaint.
Great off-ball movement here from Lincoln Prep. Again, getting back to some of that after a couple of quick threes.
Timeout called here by Jeremy Kaye. Doesn't like what he sees, and we're going to take a quick timeout here ourselves. We'll be back on the OSBA Game of the Week. 4:04 remaining in this first half between TRC Academy Wolfpack and Lincoln Prep Huskies. The Huskies right now have a 7-point lead, 30-23, and it's been that kind of game. It's been a very, low-scoring game. A lot of defensive stops here.
Defensive stops, and I think we've seen a little bit of sloppy offensive play too. Lincoln Prep's really gotten back to what was working for them in the first quarter, but expect TRC with a response here. We've seen it from head coach Jeremy Kaye. Good timeout at the right spot in the game can really change the flow.
Tessin trying to take it herself. She's going to draw a foul that time.
Seen Tessin attack the hoop on a lot of these possessions in the half court. This time able to draw some contact.
She's got that quick first step. She seems faster than everyone on the court here tonight. Off on the first. And she hits the second. 30-24. Granum. Down low. And another shot. Seemed like it was a replay that time. It was about the same shot.
Exact offensive play that they ran on the last possession, and exactly the same result.
That's Rafaela Toussaint once again. Mid-range shot can't go, and offensive rebound that time. Didn't see who it went to, but Willow Thomas with the strength to get the offensive glass and put it in.
That's what you need if you're TRC. You need to put those extra chance buckets in the net and not miss anything that's going to be easy, and play some strong defense too. Foreman, I should say. Welts again from that spot. Welts, another three-point shot. She's on fire tonight. She's upset after she missed the last one from the top of the three-pointer there, but she makes no mistake and just drills that. Nearly stolen. Willow Thomas kicks it out to Tessin. Off the front of the iron there. And TRC's offense is kind of gone awry here. Foreman. Welts, who's just been scorching from beyond the arc tonight. Toussaint tries to get it in, and it's going to go back to TRC. It's better defensive possession there. No, exactly. If you're TRC, you want to take advantage of this and close out the quarter with little momentum going into the second half. The Huskies look to draw some of that off-ball action again early on, but you could tell there's a little more communication on the back end from TRC, and they read that a little bit quicker and were able to cut off some of those lanes. Doma now to bring up the ball for TRC. Tessin. There's got to be someone open. Tessin. Strong drive inside. Mid-range again. Nice shot. That was Brianna Williams. That's what you want to see from Tessin. Use the drive to create space for others and get others involved. 35-28. McGrath, a little too strong that time, and it hits the top of the backboard, and we'll go back to TRC. It's a big minute 41 here for TRC to kind of close out this half, really try and regain some of the momentum that they had here at the beginning of the second quarter. Jennifer Doma to take it up, averaging 9 points on the year here for this Wolfpack team. She gets the ball right back. Long pass. No good on the three-point shot that time. Under 90 seconds to go now in this first half. McGrath. Medino. Stolen. Nice read. Tessin. And that was too easy to miss that time by Lisa Tessin. She's got to be kicking herself over that one. And it will go back to the Huskies. It's got to be 4 or 5 fast break possessions that we've seen the Wolfpack miss on, and those is the difference here in this game as they're down by 7. 59 seconds now remaining. 35-28, like you said, 7-point lead here for the Huskies. McGrath.
Chateau. Risky pass that time. Nice closeout. It's a good closeout that time by Thomas. And it's going to stay with the Huskies. 41 seconds to go. Chance at a 2-for-1 here.
And
Looks
with
like
that opportunity, it looks like Coach Nurse is going to take a timeout.
that's smart. I think we're going to take a time here to thank our sponsor of the OSBA, Spalding Precision Basketball, Crossover Game Film Breakdown. Crossover is really the company that gives us all the stats for us to be prepared for the OSBA games of the weeks. OABO referees, Universal Hoops mixtapes, Ryerson GSX Lab. They're the ones that create the OSBA All Access episodes. I don't know about you, Steve, but I love watching those.
Unreal camera work and great display of some of these athletes here. It's the best league in the country and really putting on display some of these top-tier athletes.
Exactly. It gives these student athletes to, really get a chance to put their talents on a bigger platform.
And showcase their game. A lot of these players have aspirations to continue their careers, be it the NCAA, cross seas, who knows. But with that ability to kind of promote and grow the game of basketball here in Ontario and Canada as a whole, it's a great opportunity.
Exactly. And both teams just getting set to come out of the timeout here. Richard Nurse, sure, drawing up I would assume a quick shot here. If you have a chance for 2-for-1, but at this point you have the lead. You might just want to get the best shot possible.
I was going to say, I almost would take the whole 14 here. You really kind of stopped this TRC offensive attack, so maybe you milk a bit of clock here. You hope that maybe you could get another possession, but most importantly, you don't want to see TRC break that 30-point barrier here before the end of the half.
McGrath. Granum. Looks like they're going to take their time here. Chateau. Inside, stolen again. Doma losing the ball herself. Doma somehow keeps it. Finds Tesson. Baseline. And she's going to head to the line for 2.
That's exactly what you didn't want to happen off that timeout. A turnover and then a quick opportunity here for TRC to put 2 points on the board.
Yeah, Tesson, I think that was a smart play that time. She's not known for 3-point shots. She's taken 17 on the year, only made 2 of them so far. Obviously not a great percentage, and I think that was a smart play for her to get in the lane.
Well, and using the space as she hits that one to kind of open up a bit of room for her drive, draw the defender out if they think you're going to shoot, and then attack the body for the contact.
And she hits the second here. Coming into the game is Ingleton. Mia Ingleton, 5'6" guard, costs 22. Again, one of the younger players on this team.
Wolfpack going a little bit of pressure here.
Nearly lose it. They got to get it across half court. And they just do. Chateau now. Shot clock turned off. We got to get a shot here. Strong drive, blocked again. 2 seconds. And that'll do it for the first half. Great effort by TRC, though, to close out this quarter and really get themselves back in this game. It was a 9-point lead at one point.
And a great single-handed defensive performance there on that possession by Brianna Williams. You saw her kind of be back there off of the break and kind of close out and then get back. Communication's been key for this TRC team with their zone defense.
35-30. You're watching the OSBA Game of the Week. We'll be back in about 10 minutes or so. Getting you set here for the second half of the OSBA Game of the Week. Game 1 of Game 2, of course, the men's game coming up between TRC and Lincoln Prep. And right now, Lincoln Prep leads 35-30. And I think a big reason of that is the hot shooting of Welts.
Unreal. First quarter, second quarter, however you want to shake it. The whole first half there, 16 points. We saw her really catch fire from beyond the arc. I think she's only missed a couple here tonight. She's got the ball in her hands to start the second half.
And I like the way TRC responded, though, near the end of that first half. Looked like they were coming on a bit, getting to the line, drawing more fouls, and fighting their way back into this game. Down to a 5-point lead here for the Huskies. It was once a 9-point lead for Lincoln Prep. And McGrath extends the lead just like that to start the second half. Nice open look for the 3-point shot.
So you were just talking about TRC and how their zone defense really kind of turned things around for them towards that. Good communication there. That's the trouble with the zone, is you leave open shooters. Thought that one might have taken a shooter's roll and rolled in, but no, just two on the line here.
Tanisha Clark going to head to the line. It's her second trip to the charity stripe tonight. Off on the first. And she banks in the second one. Little unconventional, but whatever works, right?
At this point, you'll take them wherever you can get them.
Jaden Welts. See here, Nichols starting the second half. Didn't start the first half, but a lot of good minutes there. McGrath looking to make it 2 for 2 in the third. Can't get it to go, and there's Nichols. Caitlin Nichols with the offensive rebound. McGrath down low to Toussaint. Nice open shot. These are very makeable shots right now for Lincoln Prep. They just haven't been putting the ball in the hoop.
And it comes from their great passing. Their half-court offense and the movement off ball movement has just been exceptional so far tonight.
Kirsten McGrath. Caitlin Nichols back up to McGrath up top. Guarded by Tesson. Nice way to get dribble out. Shot fake. Well off the mark there. TRC with the nice recovery, defensive possession. Comes Lisa Tesson. Doma. Down low, baseline. No good that time, and back comes Lincoln Prep. Looking to extend the 7-point lead. Well, it's a nice find inside to Toussaint. Beautifully done. We're gonna see another early timeout here by Jeremy Kaye. We saw that in the first quarter, 2 minutes in, and here we go. Didn't even reach the 2-minute mark here, and looks like Kaye wants to talk it over, and we're gonna take advantage of this and take a quick break here ourselves. You're watching the OSBA Game of the Week. Getting you set out of that quick timeout. We saw a similar strategy by Jeremy Kaye. Didn't like what he saw at the start of the first quarter and replicates that timeout here 2 minutes into this second half. Demoa nearly turned over that time. Nichols got her hands on it. Tesson to inbound now for the Wolfpack. Tesson gonna let it fly, no hesitation. Not a good shot that time. Not a great three-point shooter through 5 games so far this year. She's really looking to improve on that. Damoa. She's gonna let it fly now. In and out. Just an unlucky shot that time.
Going away from some of the ball movement that worked on them, the cut and kick.
Welts. Song gonna get it to go. Offensive rebound, and there's that size mismatch once again, Steve. That time it was Lauren Adino taking advantage of the mismatch down low.
And we haven't seen the Huskies go to it often, but when it's there, they're going to attack the mismatch.
Tesson well off the mark that time. Welts. Over to Nichols. Back up top to Welts, looking for a screen. Zone being played here. McGrath. That's a lot of space for her. And gets going. Nichols, that's her second offensive rebound of the half so far. Grath. Nichols has a nice, healthy look. Can't get it to go. This lead should be a lot more than it is right now, Steve. Just a matter of, as it's a jump ball coming, as Lincoln just not hitting their shots.
No, not finishing. But you could say the same with TRC. We've seen them with some fast break opportunities and just missed layups, and that here is both teams struggling to put the ball into the hoop.
And so far, nearly 4 minutes in, the lead has ballooned to 9, and TRC's only scored 1 point so far in the second half.
Got to try something different offensively, especially in that half-court offense.
Area passes it over. Nice strong drive, contact, but no foul. Gets her own rebound. And it's going to go back to the Huskies. Screen coming. A lot of space. Nice find again to Tucson. And that is as good as it gets for a drawn-up basketball play.
Great screen, even better drive, and just a great find on that one there for an easy 2 points.
13-point lead. Damoa back up top, and TRC could not take the lid off the basket right now, and they desperately need one here. The lead is in jeopardy of getting out of hand now.
And that's what we said in the first half, is you just got to keep this within striking distances. Jeremy Kaye calling another timeout here, see if he can reorganize the troops.
And other games on tap tonight around the OSBA. Ridley College will be in Orangeville to face Athlete Institute Red. And, of course, this TRC game happening after the men will be playing tonight. And then Central Tech will be in Orangeville to face Athlete Institute Red. Along with Bill Crothers Women's will be going down to Brampton to play Excel Hoops. Yeah, it's not too busy of a night in the OSBA tonight.
No, but a couple of good games on tap here in Hamilton. And we hope for more of that on from around the league. And,
Steve, if you're Jeremy Kaye now, how do you cut into this lead? What do you have to start with here? In my opinion, I think you have to start on the defensive end here. Yes, Liggett Prep is missing shots, but they're very open shots.
They're open shots, and I think you've gone away from some of the strong communication we saw at the beginning of that second quarter. But I think it's more so their half-court offense. They really haven't been able to get anything going offensively, and then that puts them in bad positions defensively on the other end.
If I'm Jeremy Kaye, I would be preaching more movement on the offensive end. Yes, you got to get some stops here, but offensively, you see a lot of standing still here, not a lot of cuts anymore like you did later in that second half, in that first half, I should say.
Forced shots, and just need to move the ball around like you were saying. There will be an open shot as long as you continue to move, and even without the ball.
Welts, foul there, a little too aggressive by Damoa, I should say.
We saw TRC go to a little bit of a pressure defense towards the end of the first half there. You wonder if they don't try that again here as you go. Got to have something to change momentum.
Welts, it's been hot from beyond the arc, passes it off. McGrath, nice ball movement to Nichols in the corner. Can't get it to go. That was a well-drawn-up play by Richard Nurse, getting the best three-point shot you can get on the court right from that left corner. Iria, strong drive here. Poon tip to Iria. Maya Iria. Can't get it to go. Nichols. McGrath now takes the screen. Nearly stolen, but Welch comes away with it. Halfway through this third quarter. Toussaint. McGrath, another open shot for Nichols here, and this time it goes through the net.
Too clean on that one there.
These shots have just been too good for them to miss this much, and you know eventually it's going to fall, and that time it did. Nice strong drive by Demoa. Once again, a miss.
You almost wonder if TRC doesn't have to go away from that zone defense now that we're starting to see the Huskies hit those open threes.
Well, that's a lot of space. Surprising miss, to say the least. Good defense by Jada. And it looks like it's going to go back to TRC here. Short rest for Lisa Tesson. She comes back into the game. This is risky now, though. You take Brianna Williams out of the game for TRC, and Jada Granum, she's the tallest body on the floor now, so on the offensive end. I know I've been sounding like a broken record, but if I'm Richard Nurse, throw it into her in the post.
Get it down low.
Tesson. Willow Thomas finds the cutter. Nice cut. And she's going to draw the foul despite not getting to go. Maya Iria going to earn that one.
You wonder if that's not why the Wolfpack went to a bit of a smaller lineup, a little more movement offensively, spacing out the court a bit here.
Two for two at the line.
You see that pressure here from TRC a little. Go to half court press here.
Toussaint.
Big stitch to a man defense here too.
Yeah, you got to try something different here. And McGrath with another nice look in and out that time. TRC a little lucky. And Toussaint going to draw the foul and head to the line again.
Too many second chance opportunities here for Lincoln Prep down the stretch. You give up that size advantage, and it's a threat in the post, but it's a threat on the glass too.
Off the mark that time by Toussaint. And she's good on the second. (48-33), 3:39 to go in this third quarter. It's been really all Lincoln Prep here. And it's going to go and stay with TRC off that deflection.
You're right. This has been the big swing in momentum here. This first 6.5 minutes, we've really seen Lincoln Prep take this over. A good halftime there from Coach Nurse. Make a couple adjustments and get his team back on track.
Iria. My Iria finds Toussaint. Sorry, not Toussaint. I say Tesson. And she hits the three there. There we go, 12-point game now. Still lots of time to go in this game for TRC. Want to get a little bit more pep to your step, a little bit more energy here. Chateau. Nice turnover there. Iria. Nice find inside. She threads the needle, but she can't finish. Offensive rebound in and out again for TRC. That's got to be a heartbreaker. Chance to cut the lead to 10, and they missed two nice looks. Foreman. Oh, wide open shot. Stroke looked good, but Summer Bostic couldn't get it to go. Tesson. Nice find. Poon tip. Decides not to take it. Air ball that time. Simone Winters.
Another fast break opportunity there for TRC going to waste. You need to make some of those down the stretch here if you're going to try and.
Yeah, you got to make
shake
Lincoln
things
Prep
up.
pay here if you want to get back into this game. Lincoln Prep has played far from a perfect game here, but they find themselves with a 12-point lead. Missed shot that time as Iria comes away with it. Poontip going to take the mid-range shot. Well done. Back to a 10-point game. TRC got to keep chipping away here. Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Sticking with this man defense that's kind of changed the tide here.
Chateau. Nearly stolen. Got to get back on defense here. Chateau, foul. A little too aggressive that time by Iria. Coming up on 90 seconds to go in the third quarter, and hasn't been too many foul calls here throughout the game. No teams have been over the limit yet so far through almost 3 quarters now.
Like we said in the first half, though, with a short bench here for TRC, you wonder if fatigue doesn't play into that. You play a little sloppier, see if that affects anything down the stretch.
Tesson. Foreman now with the floater. Oh, well done. Saw a little bit of space there. Popped it from the mid-range in the paint.
Late in the clock, too. That's a big bucket.
Iria. I see more movement here. There's no cutters. Shot. Can't get it to go. Vukovic now. And she traveled. Vukovic. 50-38 here, and Huskies got a chance to add on to the lead here before the end of the quarter.
It's like you were saying, though, from TRC, not a lot of movement off ball there. A lot of contested shots. Shooting the three hasn't been your strength this year, and it hasn't been your strength tonight, so I don't know why you're going back to that.
Chateau to Granum. Nearly turned over again. Keeps it in. Somehow gets it inside, and they get the basket. Wow. Emily Dickton.
Lincoln Prep got every bounce on that possession there.
It's just been that kind of night for TRC on the defensive end as Iria gets a chance at 2 shots here. Two shots coming up now for my Area 62.5% shooter on the year from the line. She hits the first.
Between free throws and fast break opportunities tonight, I think there's at least double digits that TRC hasn't put through. So they miss another free throw, and those are gimme points that you've got to have, especially in a contested game like this.
13-point lead for the Huskies. Bostic going to work here. Bostic with the step back. Okay, show the full arsenal tonight. Summer Bostic, one of the youngest players on this team, class of 2023. She's in her freshman year. As TRC can't answer back. Nearly stolen that time. Seven seconds left. Last shot for Lincoln here. Bostic nearly stolen. Summer Bostic. Granum's got a hit, and she got it off, but she beat the clock, but couldn't beat the net. 54-39. Lincoln Prep leads. Let's see if TRC can get back into it in the fourth quarter. You're watching the OSBA Game of the Week. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the OSBA Game of the Week, fourth quarter action. About to get started here. Lincoln Prep with a comfortable 15-point lead right now, but still lots of time to go here. Can't fall asleep and let TRC get back into this game because they definitely have the talent to do so. Still alongside Steve Martin here, Anthony Gaio on hand. Sear McGrath getting inside. Can't go. Offensive rebound. Tucson can't finish. Another offensive rebound. Third offensive rebound, and finally she gets the call and is going to head to the line for two. What effort by Rafaela Tucson. And there's a reason why she's one of the top rebounders in the OSBA, sixth in the OSBA to be specific.
And nobody for the Wolfpack trying to get down low and box out on that one. You wonder if fatigue's not setting in. He's played a lot of minutes here tonight with only 3 substitutions.
And she hits the second, extending the lead to 16 here for the Huskies. Travel. Pretty clear call that time, just couldn't set her feet. And it's been those kind of silly turnovers that have really halted TRC, really halted any momentum for TRC going forward after they, get a break here or there, score a couple baskets, and then once again a silly turnover.
Unforced turnovers too. I feel like Wolfpack gets in a position where they're just a little overwhelmed and they try and make a quick pass. They try and get out of somewhere and they just don't have somebody. If they slow things down, might get a better look.
McGrath with a lot of confidence that time on that shot, and it almost went in and paid off. Tesson, she got bailed out that time by the foul. It would have been turned over as Tucson was coming back, racing on the defensive end.
But that's the kind of action that we saw from Wolfpack early on, where they drive the paint hard like that. They'd be able to get a foul and then get an opportunity for some points.
I like to see Tesson knifing through the lane a little bit more like she did in the first half, but like you brought up a couple times now, she could be tired. She's racked in a lot of minutes tonight, especially with a bench that's not that deep. Demoa, that's a great find inside and finished off that time by Brianna Williams.
Great passing there and just opening up good space for an easy floater.
Stolen again. That's Williams. Here we go. Demoa makes the right pass that time and comfortably finished off by Tesson. Oh, they got to get back on defense. Under the rim. Bostic can't finish. And it's going to go back to TRC. Here we go. 12-point game. This is what we were talking about, though. Right when TRC gets back into it, something goes wrong, but let's see if Jeremy Kaye and this Wolfpack can, turn things around here. Lots of time to go, Steve. Over 8 minutes.
They've got to keep their foot on the gas here. You can't get complacent. You need to push the pace offensively. That's when we've seen them be successful.
Inside. Here we go. Tesson had an open shot. Demoa couldn't find her. Here we go. Nice look from the corner. Oh, she would have loved to get that one. Here comes Caitlin Nichols up the floor now. Branham finds Nichols once again inside the line. Nichols can't get it to go. There's Tucson again on the offensive rebound and gets it to go in this time. Rafaela Tucson.
Too many second chance opportunities here down the stretch for the Huskies.
She's been a problem down low. Iria trying to answer back with a 3. No good, and TRC just really hasn't found the range tonight.
It's not their strength, and I don't know why they've kind of gone towards that here in the second half. We saw a lot of more.
I kind of understand it, though. Once you get yourself in a hole here, you just want to climb yourself out of it and foul away from the ball. Tesson going to pick it up, and what are they going to call it on here? I'm pretty sure it was Lisa Tesson who pushed Granham over. Yeah, and that's what they're going to call here. Play again set to there should be 14 seconds on the shot clock, and they just reset it there. Bostic. Oh, that's a lot of space for her. TRC, lucky she didn't make her. Just been an absolute problem down low for TRC tonight, especially in the second half.
She's been cleaning up the glass, and it's these second chance opportunities off these offensive rebounds where you're in a bad position because you've just gone up for the rebound, and then you end up taking a bad foul here, and opportunity for easy points. Good on the first.
58-43, 7:30 to go in the first game of our OSBA Game of the Week doubleheader. Of course, make sure you stick around for the second game between these same teams, but just the boys will be playing next. Turned over. Tesson, they have numbers again. Tesson, nice move inside, and she draws the blocking foul. Looks like Ingleton picked that one up. I mean, when Lisa Tesson is coming straight down the lane, I wouldn't want to step in front of her.
No. Especially when she's coming down with teammates, too. She knows that she's got somebody for the outlet pass. She's going to attack you, and if you're going to stay in the lane, she'll draw the contact. If not, you're going to get out of her way. She's going to move the ball or have a clean look.
Tesson makes the first. And good on the second here. 2 of 2 from the line. 58-45. Back to a 13-point lead here for the Huskies. This is Winters. Foreman. Stolen nearly. Shot clock winding down here. Bostic. Foreman's got to let one go. Nearly went in. Foul. Who's they going to call that on? Oh, it's going. Looks like they're going to call over the back here. I think that's the right call, Steve. Over the back on Simone. I thought the refs were going to call it too on TRC. That's the wrong call if that was the case, but made the right call that time, and TRC will come away with a 13-point lead, 13-point deficit, I should say, here for TRC. And a silly turnover once again.
Unforced turnovers. Missed opportunities in the fast break have really killed this TRC team here tonight.
Winters. Foreman. 5 seconds camped out in the lane that time. Bit unsure about the call that time, but back to the play we go here. 6:42 remaining. Granum going to take it herself here. Had the height advantage, just couldn't float it over the defender, and a turnover again here for TRC. As the Huskies regain possession. Simone Winters. Nice find outside. That's inside the line, and Foreman a little in and out action and back in. Area. Time is not on the side of TRC anymore. Tesson tries to take another one, and another miss here. Doma blocked, and they're going to call a foul on Granum.
That's what you see with the extra effort down low. You're going to draw that contact and get a chance here from the free throw stripe, but you need to try and get something going in that half-court offense even.
And I mentioned earlier that TRC will head on the road to Niagara Prep on the 29th of November, and then they close out the year on a 3-game homestand. They'll face Father John Redmond on December 5th. Southwest Academy comes to town on the 10th of December, and then just before the Christmas break, King's Christian will be in town on December 18th.
You're saying earlier both these teams with 2-3 records. It's the time of the season where you kind of figure out what kind of team you're going to be. Are you going to be somebody that's contending throughout? Are you looking to be tougher year? This is that stretch, and it's going to come down, I think, to those 3 home games for TRC where they'll really have some time to establish kind of what year they want to have.
And for Lincoln Prep, too, they've been very inconsistent so far this year, and if they do ultimately come away with this win as Foreman misses. Hard foul here, and it looks like it's going to stay with Lincoln Prep here, but like I said, this was a big game for both teams. You know, to get back to 500 or fall 2 games under 500. It's going to make a big difference as the playoffs start to come around in March.
And you talked about consistency with this Huskies team, too. We've seen it tonight. they've looked great offensively, great movement in the offensive sets and all of that, but unable to hit easy shots, wide open shots. And a consistent team is going to consistently hit those shots and continue to be able to put up points.
Tucson falls to the ground. Gets the ball back. Nearly muscles it in. She gets another offensive rebound here. And it's going to go back to Lincoln Prep. The activity in the interior down low has been excellent for Lincoln Prep, is really the word I want to say here in the fourth quarter.
And it's effort. It comes down to who wants it more, and we've seen that throughout, especially in the second half here. Lincoln Prep's really had that extra jump in their step.
Winters. Dickton. Down low to Tucson again. One dribble, loses the ball. Dickton gets it back. Poked out. 3 seconds on the shot clock. They got to let it go. Tough shot for Foreman that time. And back to TRC. 14-point game. Euro step. Doma couldn't get it to go. Very highly contested shot that time. Foreman over to Winters. Tucson, who's had an extraordinary game so far, especially on the glass. Winters coming down to the end of the shot clock once again. Gotta let it go. Tucson can't find it, and it will go back to TRC. Tesson racing up the floor, pulls back. Crossover. Doma, Poon tip. That was a great look that time. Under halfway to go now in this fourth quarter. And Lincoln Prep has handled this surge by TRC very well. Foreman, nice off-ball screen to get that open look. Unfortunately, couldn't go. Nice save, but goes back to TRC. Jada Poontip. Doma, strong drive, gets it to go off glass.
You can see the fatigue starting to set in, though, for TRC. Doma after that drive there. Hands on her hips. They're starting to wear down.
Oh, turned over. Tesson going to draw the jump ball. It's going to go back to TRC. That was very aggressive play, showing her strength that time on the bigger Emily Dickaden.
A full 5 swap here for Richard Nurse.
I like that Richard Nurse put Granham back on the floor, though, however. Give him a little bit of size in the interior, because it seems like TRC has been really driving the paint a lot more here in the fourth quarter, getting away from the outside, and I like that strategy. I thought they should have done that most of the game. And as they go back to three-point shot and miss that time. Oh, you're going to call a foul on Jada Poontip in the backcourt. Looked like they just kind of tangled feet that time. Now they're over the limit, however.
It's a tough foul there, especially like you were saying, just a little bit of tripping there as they're getting back.
Raina Steinauer at the line for the first time tonight. Goes 2 of 2 at the line. 62-48 now. TRC, maybe one last gasp here. Just maybe. Poontip, got to make this one. And she does. It's got to be a sigh of relief here for this TRC team, but perhaps a little too late. 11-point game. Oh, turnover that time. Oh, if you're TRC, you got to take advantage of this.
Push the pace.
Exactly. You got to get a little pep to your step here in the last 3 minutes of this fourth quarter.
Time is not on your side here.
Tesson. Nice find in the corner. Missed shot. Rebound. Tesson. Watch her. She might pull this one. Finds the open player, can't hit. It was a good possession, just couldn't finish it off. Bostic again, open look. Summer Bostic has been a sniper out there tonight.
We've seen her do that 2 or 3 times, really just shut down any kind of momentum or run that we thought TRC might have had with a big 3.
That time, Tanisha Clark turns it over. And Lincoln Prep has closed out this game very well so far. Still 2 minutes to go here. Bostic finds Steinauer, I should say, and missed the shot. Foul on the floor. They're going to call it over the back on Granum.
Got both teams in the bonus here.
Yeah, both teams over the limit here. 2 shots coming up. And Williams off on the first. Brandon Williams, 50% free throw shooter on the year. And she hits the second. 13-point game. Under 2 minutes to go now in the fourth quarter. Bostic. Strong drive inside. Nice find and beautifully done. Well drawn up play and finished off by Emily Dickaden. No good on the finish. Iria, nice step inside. Gets her own offensive rebound. Tessin, Doma. Doma, nice find to Willow Thomas. Willow Thomas, nice shot from beyond the arc.
Good ball movement on that possession from TRC.
Kate Ross. Could have been a kick ball violation that time. No call by the ref. Floater and finished off that time. A little unconventional, but whatever works. Time was Rihanna Steinauer.
Seems to be the way it's gone for the Huskies here tonight, is just solid play on both ends of the court and then bounces falling their way.
Just going to take this time now to thank our sponsors once again. Spalding Precision Basketball, Crossover, Game Film Breakdown, OABO, Referees, Universal Hoops Mixtapes, Ryerson GSX Lab, the creators of OSBA All Access episodes. And if you're TRC, I think this game got away from them due to their own mistakes. You know, they were in this game for a long time, and they were about to come back into this game a bunch of times. And then whether it was a turnover or, you know, you do got to give credit to Lincoln's defense. They were great tonight, but I think the bigger story tonight for TRC has been the silly turnovers.
Silly turnovers and missed easy points. I think we saw them really kind of close this gap towards the end of the second quarter, but then Richard Nurse goes in at halftime, makes a couple of sound adjustments, and really coached this team up. And I think down the stretch, fatigue was an issue.
Without a doubt, and both teams coming out here for the last 52 seconds of this game. Make sure you stick around for our second game of the doubleheader. The men will take the court following the women's game. To preview that men's game, TRC are 4-3, second in the West actually, and then Lincoln Prep, they got a lot of talent, but looking to turn their season around a bit, sitting at 2-3, trying to get back to 500 tonight. Foul here, 2 shots coming up. Off on the first.
good on the second. There's 47 seconds left.
Huskies gonna, looks like they're gonna go to 3-3 here on the year. Winters draws the foul. Looks like she kind of got away with a travel that time, but just gonna head to the line for 2. Makes the first. Good on the second. 71-56 here. Iria missed the shot, and foul coming once again, and Brianna Williams going to head to the line for 2. Misses the second that time, and Lincoln Prep, the shot clock still turned on here, so you're going to have to get a shot off here. Katie Ross. Ross trying to escape the pressure here, out of bounds, and it will stay with Lincoln Prep. About a 2-second difference between game clock and shot clock here. 10.1 seconds remaining in the game. Turned over that time. Tesson driving up court here. Can't get the open layup to go. Once again, misses here, and that's going to do it. Lincoln Prep comes away with a strong win here tonight. 71-57. Make sure you stick around for Game 2 of our OSBA Game of the Week doubleheader. We'll be back with you in just a little bit.